arms with a laugh in my eye. Shades of wonder got me on a high. We spin stories in purple and gold. Girls got colors nobody can hold. We mix it up, we make it new. Splash it and bold, that's how we do. Running on fun, we won't slow down. Paint the town, turn it upside down. Rush out, my favorite traffic jam. Color like a fool, yeah, you know who I am. Dreams on the canvas, magic in my head. Painting out loud, I don't care where I live. Like a fool, splashing wild, breaking the rules. Like a fool, like a fool, like a fool. Every line, every you. Welcome to the 18th, the brush hour crew.
Not only do I spend the rest of the video feeling like an idiot, I also spend the rest of the video looking like an idiot, and you're not going to be able to unnotice. Video looking like an idiot, and you're not going to be able to unnotice.
Good morning. There is a disconnect. Good morning. There is a disconnect. 1 second. Okay. Let's try that again. Good morning. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody see me? Clearly you saw me prematurely. I'm not sure what was happening. My settings did weird things, like the intro was playing and I have it playing through my speaker down here. And then I could hear it in my headphones and then the timing was off. We were having problems. But anyway, good morning. Welcome to the Brush Hour. I'm sorry if this is your first time here. We're normally way more professional. Toss. If when we stream, you know. Anyway, I'm Dreaming Tabitha, an artist here on YouTube. Welcome into the Brush Hour segment. I see we're already off to a really great start. Anyway, I'm so glad that you're here. We're going to be continuing on with our art piece. I've gotten the line work pretty much finished, and then we're going to get to color today. Yay. Don't tell Maria, but I'm actually going to do, well, maybe do tell Maria. We're going to get to doing, we're rolling up the sleeves. Look, I've got my brush hour sleeve being rolled up here. Shout out to all the people who are supporting the channel in the various ways and buying the merchandise. We're going to have some new merchandise for February, specifically for February, because there is a second R in there. But anyway, good morning, Dale, here with everything and the kitchen sink. Speaking of supporting the channel, you being a member gets you access to all these little fun things. Larry the IDOT, Larry Knight, Spider Unlimited saying hot cakes Tuesday. I had avocado toast myself personally. Superior breakfast. Mando Unchained off work, gonna make something delicious. Enjoy the hot takes. Ooh, bring your hot takes. Grape over there on the kick side. Good morning. Username on YouTube. Hello. Did I say that right? Yeah, YouTube. Yeah. Okay, Lasia. I was gonna say Kalasia. We're on the struggle bus this morning. Here in the brush hour. I'm only on my second cup of coffee. Mount, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I know you all saw that. You guys were just as startled as I was, because then I would play the clips and they would not end in sync. So you'll notice that I just stared off into oblivion, waiting for the sounds to stop. I know. Good thing I wasn't picking my nose. Yes, always. Did you? I did. I actually have. I bought some brown sugar cinnamon syrup, and so that's what we're having in our coffee for today. Hopefully going to get my latte art video for members and patrons today, if not tomorrow. Thank you for having grace with me that we did not have brush hour yesterday. I'll explain further. 100% agree. Moss, hello. Normally more professional. Since when exactly? Since 2026. Fantastic. Okay. Ooh, I have fantastic news. Found an unused sketchbook. Oh, buried under my desk. Oh, the magic of the unused sketchbook. Grape asked, "Are you excited about the new Lord of the Rings movie?" There's a new Lord of the Rings movie. I've not heard hide nor hair on this. Is that Jonas J. Campbell in my chat? Professionalism is overrated. 100%. Thank you, Nomi. Maybe it's because you're not here. Professionalism is overrated. Yeah. There's a new Lord of the Rings movie. Since when? I know they were gonna try to do, what was it? Something with Gollum, right? Like there was gonna be something like that. I don't know. I can tell you I'm not excited. Number one, I don't know anything about it. And secondly, I have no hope in the system. It's just like the Stargate situation that's coming on. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's a beautiful poster, fancy schmancy poster. Okay, show me the money. Show me the No, there's no show. It really is. It's like just you know. Anyway. Oh yeah, the hunt for Gollum. Yeah, that's old news. That's old news. I'm not excited about it. Okay, well, it's not like they don't have internet at the hospital. Anywho, let's get it back to painting, y'all. Let's get to crack-a-lackin' here. I'm going to, oh no, my Apple Pencil is not fully charged. That's okay. Fortunately, it charges really quickly. Let me get my screen up here for the artwork we're doing today. Good morning, John the Just. Here we go. I have Sevvy here, and I've got Fantastic. It's going to be interesting trying to. So all right. Let me back up. Originally, the raft was angled. I couldn't quite figure out what was going on with this picture and why it looked wrong, if you will. I believe if I would go here, hang on, let's bum 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 bum. If I do this and I have my original sketch, oh, it shows it. Okay, so I got rid of it and I redrew this one. And originally it was more of like just like horizontal, like it just was straight across. The angle was all wrong. And I ended up shifting it and making it more narrow like this, so that it would better look that when I let's get some blue here, maybe give you an idea. Oops. We'll just do it on this layer. Get some blue. That when I do like the water, I'm going to try to make it like, looking through, but this makes more sense than what I had before. So I'm really excited about that. And we're going to do all kinds of fun little textures and the whatnots and heretofores and all that good stuff. I'm excited to get started coloring with this. I don't have the Diet Coke portion finished just yet. We may cheat with that one. Don't tell anybody, but let's just go ahead and get to coloring with this particular image. Actually, what I first need to do is import, so that way my colors are consistent. I'm going to import a picture of Sevvy that I had prior to, so that way I get her hair on point. Yes, clean. And here we go. We're going to add it to the stage. My little screenshot there. We might put it over here. And there we go. So then I'm going to go under here, make a new layer. It's time to make art. I don't know who Scott R. Adams is. Do I? Or do I? Maybe I do. I don't. But, always sad to hear of a passing of someone, unless they're like a heinous dictator. Good morning. Good morning, Sergeant. Is it Sergeant? Like, good morning. Reese, good morning. Welcome in. Be sure to hit that like button. Thank you all for making my birthday week last week so extraordinarily special. It was really fun. It's really fun. All right, where's my eyedropper tool? Here. There we go. All right, let's get the base for Sevvy's hair. We'll start off with that. And here we go. So, as you all know, it is Hot Take Tuesday, and I would like your feedback on this. If Nomi's in the chat, we definitely want to hear her opinion on this. But, I was kind of thinking, pondering, like, what are the hot takes? You know, we've used up all the good ones. That's not true. But, you know, what is an interesting hot take that doesn't have to do with like pop culture or pineapple on pizza? And then, of course, that just naturally brought me back around to just food in general. But I was actually doing some research on hot takes because it's like I don't want to maybe I need to just comment on other people's hot takes because I do love that. You know, we love us a good hot take conversation here in the morning hours. And what was interesting, what was brought up was snacks are better than meals. And I thought to myself, I agree. I think that like hors d'oeuvres and or snacks, miniature meals essentially, are better than a full blown meal. And I'm going to implement this today. I'm going to start a poll and I want to hear and look and see your thoughts. Do you believe that snacks are better than like a fool? Do you believe that they're better than full meals? Is it better to snack throughout the day than to have 3 large meals? What do you think? I'm curious to know. My idea is that yes, it is better. It's better to have smaller meals than it is to have consistent large meals. And I've heard that even for your health, like my grandmother used to do that. She would eat 6 meals a day, 6 smaller meals throughout the day instead of 3 large meals, and it seemed to work for her. And I have found that like that time frame between lunch and dinner, I found me being snacky. And I have to be careful because I get really hungry in between and I tend to overeat, not by much, but just enough where I'm like kind of full. And by the time dinner rolls around, I'm not really that hungry anymore, but I make myself eat because I know I'll be hungry later, which then makes me feel like I'm kind of gross. And so I do. I've tried that before where I ate smaller meals. It takes a different kind of discipline to eat smaller meals because we're so accustomed ever since, you know, we're children to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But I have found that eating like a hobbit is actually better for you personally. And other people have said the same thing, that it's better to eat smaller meals than to eat larger meals throughout the day. What? Say the chat. I will let the poll go for like another minute or two. And then we're going to look at the results and see what everybody says. I'm going to have a peeky peek. I'm curious to see what you are. But that is my hot take. Maybe it's not so hot, but I guess it also depends on who you talk to. Because if we're all in agreement, clearly it's not a hot take. But if we are all disagreeing vehemently, then perhaps. But yes, my grandmother used to do that. And I'm not saying it's because my family member that did it, that it's, you know, it's not biased at all. It's not. I didn't know until I was older that she did that anyway. But I will tell you that I actually enjoy when I go to somebody's house and they tell me that they're going to be having finger foods and it's going to be just nothing but a bunch of appetizers. I'm way more excited about that than I am about having a full meal. Man, you're telling me there's going to be deviled eggs. You're going to be telling me there's different kind of cracker dips. I love dips. I love dips, man. I love that I can take a cracker and dip it in anything, and it's just miraculous, and it's wonderful. And I love when you get the little food on a toothpick, and it's got whatever you want on it. 100 times better. 100 times better to have 17 variety of desserts, little tiny desserts, than one big cake. I don't care if it's a good cake. It could be a wonderful, moist, delectable, 3-tiered chocolate cake. You're telling me that I could have a little bit of a lot versus a lot of one? Come on, tell me it ain't better to eat little, like appetizers and snacks are way better than full meals. Come on now, tell me it ain't true. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll, and we're seeing the results. Where'd they go? Oh, there they are. Are snacks better than full meals? 57% said depends. Well, what does it depend on? I guess I'll read that here in a sec. 29% said yes, and 14% said no. All right, We can't just have a simple yes and no. You must explain. So to the chat, we must explain why we believe what we believe. I clearly gave my statement, but here we are. By the way, Paradoxical Penguin, good morning. Jonas says, as a person trying to eat better, snacking is my nemesis right now. 100%. I do think that there needs to be a clarification on what is snacks. Like a lot of times snacking, of course, we look at like chips and marshmallows and Oreos, snacks, but I'm thinking more of like snack size meals. Maybe I should have prefaced that. Depends on the snacks and the meals. Both can be valid. I mean, I do love me a good full course meal, but don't get me wrong. But I have to admit, I'd rather have a bunch of little things, a lot of little things, than just a little bit of big things. Have you seen those Christmas dinners where all they do is a massive amount of hors d'oeuvres and just snack tables? If I ever host a Christmas for a family, that's what I want to do. I don't want to make a big dinner because hors d'oeuvres, frankly, they're more tasty. It's more fun. I don't know. It's not eating something small. It's just always more fun too. Like, tell me, or maybe this is another hot take. We're just going to include it in here. Tell me that M&M minis don't taste better than regular M&Ms. Can't convince me any other way. M&M minis taste way better than regular sized M&Ms. Icanala says, I find it easier to monitor and control intake with a specific number of meals and just not letting myself snack. There. All depends on the snacks. Does it? It's healthier and better for weight control and blood sugar and consistency. This is what I've heard. Like, it reduces the snacking. So if you basically have more snack size meals throughout the day, it actually keeps you from snacking on junk food is the idea. Yeah. See. Yep. It just shows that the hobbits do it better, I do intermittent fasting, does wonderful. Get that nonsense out of here. We don't fast around these parts. Unless Jesus tells us to. No. Depends on the meal and the snack. Okay. As long as, so I think I should have clarified that it's not snacks as in junk food. It's like snack size meals, hors d'oeuvres essentially, or amuse-bouche. That's fine if you're not snack foods and you're actually eating like a hobbit. Yes. Real food, but in snack size portion throughout the day. 100%. I would do that. It's just that it takes more time. That's why I think people do a lot more of those meal preps and stuff like that. They say eat like a bird. A bird eats a little here and there and a little here and there all day long. You're wanting me to live in the Shire. Okay. Does that feeling ever stop? If it does, there's something wrong with you. Some snacks are no good. Well, again, clarifying that I'm not talking about junk food. I don't think it's never healthy to eat a little bit of junk food or a lot of junk food at any time of the day, Okay, where is this person here? You know what? I don't have time for you. I'm gonna ban you from the chat. So we ain't going there. Respect the chat, please. Stop being weird douchebag. Okay, it's Tuesday. Go read your Bible. Go talk to your mother. Find a therapist, and maybe do some self-reflection and eat an apple or two because clearly you're full of crap. Moss, how are you? Peanut butter or peanut M&Ms reign supreme, but I agree with the M&M minis. There you go. My dietitian recommends 6 small meals a day. See, it's not abnormal, This is truly anime hell. What are you talking about? You can't even see anything. Like, you haven't even seen my art piece. What a douche. Journaling is a great way to get those pesky thoughts out. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Think about it. Just, consider your life. Cavantino, good morning. All right. Somebody had asked, where is it? So we are on the fence. Clearly, we are a chat divided when it comes to 6 small meals and or snacky snize meals throughout the day. But somebody had asked me, and I can't find it at the moment, did I enjoy the manatees? Of course I did. Oh, man. So for those that don't know, my BFF, she flew down here to spend time with me for my birthday. And she was like, what do you want to do? What are the things you've always wanted to do and that maybe nobody else might do the things with you, or that, just whatever. Life gets in the way. People can't do stuff. And I'm like, I just found out that we can go look at manatees in the wild. Like, let's go do that. Apparently, they make their way inland during the winter months of Florida and they hang out there. And in some places, you can even reserve swim time with them, which that would have been so cool. But there was no time. So we drove to Tampa, and I don't remember the name of the place. And it was such a nice place. Excuse me. And it was great. So it wasn't like it wasn't spectacular, okay? It wasn't like going to SeaWorld and we were under the water and we could be almost like face to face with them. This is one of those times where you just have to appreciate nature for what it is and what you get to do. And just remember that you are looking at wild creatures in the wild, and it's not going to be perfect, right? It's not like they came up to the surface of the water right where we were standing and smiled at us and waved, They were just hanging out. And they were just off in the distance, quite a few feet away from us. So you walk through this like little nature preserve area, and it was free too. That's the great part too. And you can make donations, of course, but it was free. And you walk through this pathway through the trees and the whatnot. It's a beautiful, warm day with a little bit chill in the air. And then you get to the little preservation area, which was so funny because it was right next to a power plant, but it was about like trying to make it where it was like hydro power or whatever like that. But it was just kind of weird that we were going to see manatees right next to a giant factory. It was just kind of a little weird, a little off-putting. But then you walk out to this dock, and it's overlooking this like canal that comes in from the ocean, and you could just see their fat, lumpy bodies just hovering near the surface. Some of them were hovering, like I say hovering, but they're floating, and you could see their backs were popping out of the water. Every now and then they would put on a little show for us, and you'd see they would kind of come up so adorably, these giant potatoes just coming out of the water, and they would shoot water out of their nose and snort and then just go back under, and their tails would flap up. And it was just so relaxing. It was just so peaceful. It was amazing. And then we did get to see the little babies that were floating along next to them. I mean, I'm going to say there was 25 or so, maybe more, that we couldn't see. And so that was really, really fun. Very simple. If you're, like I said, I drove like an hour plus to get there. And for me and my best friend, we just love hanging out together. We can make the best of any situation. It doesn't matter. We have been to funerals together, weddings together. We've been through teenage years together. We have been through crises of the worst weird kind together. We've been through everything together. And so we really don't care what we do. As long as we're just hanging out. And so we could literally just go and clean each other's houses and we would have a blast. So, it doesn't matter. So the fact that we got to do that, and like I said, it wasn't like overly spectacular, but it was something different, something fun to do. And we did get to see, all the, what? You can just, where is it? Afuera. I don't need that. Thank you. Did she push you in? I would have pushed you in. You wish. No. It was really great. And then we got to see sharks. Like, it was really great because we didn't just get to see the manatees. We actually saw little sharks that were floating in and out doing stuff. And then we saw a snake. I'll have to post that on Instagram or Twitter. All of a sudden the walkway kind of went into the trees a little bit. It wasn't like a forest or anything, but there were some trees growing by the water. And I start hearing people saying, "Oh, that's a snake. That's a snake. It's a snake." So naturally you have people running away, and then you have people running too. And I was like, I don't like snakes, but I'm like, I'm going to go look, seize the day. And so I went over there, and sure enough, this decent sized yellow snake was roaming around in the trees, making its way towards the dock area. And it would kind of come forward, then it would retreat. And I got pretty, for for me. I got pretty close to it. I mean, I used discretion, we're out in the wilderness. And they did have conservationists walking around. And so when all of a sudden they realized there was a snake, they went immediately over there, kind of figure out the situation. They're like, it's not poisonous. Nevertheless, we want to respect its boundaries. Don't antagonize it. Don't be an idiot, like some people. And I would say I got like within 9 feet of it, which for Tabitha, it's a lot. So that was cool. So not only did I get to see manatees out in the wild, I got to see sharks out in the wild, of course, a bajillion fish. And then I got to see, I think that's what it's called. That sounds really familiar. That was, yeah, exactly. Like I wasn't expecting a performance. I knew they weren't going to dance for us. In my heart of hearts, was I hoping that they would swim closer to the dock so we could see them more clearly? Of course. But a couple of the ones that just snorted at us and shot water out of their nose. Perfect. If I, the Mexican, was there, that house would be spotless. What are you talking about? Whose house? Oh, because I said it, we just clean each other's house. Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? Okay. Yes, they are. She's the most amazing friend I've ever had. The fact that that's been with me this long. We've known each other for over 20 years. So we've seen all the ugly sides of each other. We have seen all the awkward phases of each other. So great. And we just laugh. We will just laugh and be like, you remember when we used to think this was important? And we're like, we were idiots. But it makes for such good times. Yeah, sea cows. Larry, you're good. It's all good. You're fine, Elijah. Look, again, it's one of those things. I can take care of it myself. It's just I don't always see it all the time. And and I don't expect people to be here to help moderate. It's just that if you happen to be here, would love the assistance, but I don't expect you to be here all the time. I know people got lives and I'm not that important that I need, it's fine. It doesn't bother me. I'm not going to cry and be like, where are my moderators? No. Except for like that one time where we were on the front page, which it's been a long time since we've made it to the front page. But then all the really, really weirdos came out of the works. Man, was anybody here that time that I had 1,000 people watching me on Kick? That was freaky and weird just because, again, all the weirdos came out of the woodworks. And it's like, where are the real people? The real decent people? Like, where are they? You can't tell me Kick has nothing but pervs on their chat. All right. We have, oh, wait. I don't have Sevvy's hair over here. Beach Dad, good morning. This is me with my best friend since high school. We know everything about each other and been there through all the up and downs. Sassy. Yeah. Hey, that's what is it they say that when you can get to the end of your life and you have 5 good friends, people that you can call good friends and or best friends, you are a truly blessed individual. I've also seen those memes where like, I still trying to figure out how Jesus made it into his 30s and had 12 friends. To be fair, they weren't his friends. They were his disciples. And one of them betrayed him, but it still stands, Excuse me. Here we go. Let's get Sevvy's hair taken care of. Maria, we're coloring. Where are you? Of course, she's not here to witness the time that I'm coloring. She only pops in when we're having a really strong conversation about something and then has the gall to tell me that we're not a real art channel. She calls us fake news. Can you believe that? Fake news. All the work. You guys see the video of the different art pieces that I did last year, and it wasn't even all of them. I haven't even counted how many art pieces I made last year. That was a lot. Yeah. Well, thank you. Hey, good morning, Retro Collective. A hard-working American man right there. How are you today? I hope you slept well. I hope you're ready to seize the day. Okay, so I didn't draw Sevvy's roots over there just yet. We'll get to it. So let's go into here. Let's get her eyebrows. I gotta get rid of some line work that I missed over here. So let me see. Let's just go ahead and take care of that right now. Is it this one? Well, it would actually be the hair. So we have to get rid of the hair color first. And then let's see, where is that? Right here. Perfect. And we then go back to our color. And we easy peasy. No, wait, I did that wrong. Haha. Okay. Yep. We want that. So I find sometimes my brain, I got to work in reverse here. We want to get rid of this line work because we do want her hair. Obviously, it would be in front of her eyebrow. It would not be behind the eyebrow. That would be weird. Weird. All right. You would? Yeah, we're going to be working on, I know my art store doesn't really have a lot of my artwork in it, and it doesn't have like the best stuff that I can display. We will be sprucing up the merchandise store with and I think I'm going to include a lot of the different art pieces that we've done together and or been with together through the year. Just looking at that. Whew. Okay. Take a deep breath. All right, let's get back to coloring, y'all. Get on the right layer too, because that's always embarrassing. What was it? I was going to mention something else. Okay, we talked about the snacky snacks. If you have a hot take, you can feel free to, voice it out loud. But don't be afraid if I will have a strong opinion on it. See. I am going to be in the future when it's a little bit rainy and stuff like that. Of course, it's Florida and it's been a little bit chilly. But I am going to be trying because I do sometimes have to travel for work and different things or visiting family or whatever. And I like to keep up with the brush hour and that. But I am going to be trying to be able to stream out of doors. So I do have this little like garden area here where I live. And I was thinking about trying to figure out how to take my travel equipment, because I've streamed from like my family's homes and stuff like that before. So I was like, well, what if I could do it outside? Like that would be so cool. So I'm going to have to see if I can figure that out. So there might be a stream where it's a bear with me stream as we try to figure out, can this really work? So I think that will be fun as well. We're going to be testing things out like a fool. All right, let's see. So we've got Sevvy's eyebrows. I think I made, for this outline was for was specifically though, these colors were chosen because it was escape the backrooms. But let's just try and see what happens and see if we can make it work for this as well. So I think I did her eyelashes the same color as I did her eyebrows. So, because I didn't want, excuse me, I didn't want them to be pitch black. I thought they would be too harsh of a contrast for the rest of the face. So you can try that sometimes. There is no rule, just pro tip. There is no rule that says that you have to use black for black things like eyelashes and pupils and things like that, right? You're okay to experiment because you can make things softer as long as it translates to what it's supposed to be. It is okay if it's a brighter, softer color than the original, specifically speaking for eyelashes. When we have, in this case here, Sevvy's eyelashes are, like mine are, they're black and or brown, right? But I didn't want them to be so harsh of a color that it kind of hurts the face. It throws things out of balance. So if you brighten it up, change it to a slightly different color, you would be surprised how much it will benefit your entire project because it doesn't hurt the face. Same thing with my character over here. Again, black eyelashes, but I actually changed them to a really dark brown so that it doesn't throw the face off of balance. And I did the same thing with the pupil. So again, there's no rule that says you have to keep something that is black, something that is white, something that is red, pure red. You could even make the red kind of like a purplish color or a warmer color. I had this to be a slightly more muted kind of red, just again, so it wasn't such a harsh contrast. Feel free to play around with the colors and see what works for you. Pro tip. All right. Let's get back to painting, y'all. Yeah, it's just about figuring it out, seeing if the Wi-Fi is stable. I didn't realize that Gary had taken his stuff to Egypt. I'll be honest. I didn't keep up with. I saw some of the pictures like Mrs. Nerdrotic had posted and stuff like that, but I didn't keep up with their journeyings and what X-Ray Girl had posted. But I didn't keep up with their journeyings and adventures. Whilst they were there, but that's cool. Yeah. So I mean, with the internet, I mean, you can do pretty much anything, right? So why not try? But I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun. What happens if I like decided, you know what, I'm gonna go to Yosemite National Park and just stream with a geyser in the background? Of course, that would only have to be like every 45 minutes or something. Isn't the geyser from Yosemite like? Wait, is it Yellowstone? Uh-oh. Old Faithful. Is that Yosemite or Yellowstone National Park? It's been a while since I've done major icons and things like that in the United States. I need to get Geo Safari. I wonder if they have a Geo Safari app for the phone. It's where I learned a lot. Yellowstone. Thank you. All of a sudden I was like, wait a minute. I know it's in a major park. Which one is it? But yeah, isn't the geyser like slowly not geysing anymore? Like it's just Old Faithful's not quite as faithful as she once was. Oops. Sorry, there was no gaming stream last night either. Sevvy and I were like, let's just chill this Monday and we'll get back to normal stuff later on. You know, every now and then you need it, right? You just gotta chill. Just gotta chill. And that was fine because I took my friend to the airport yesterday. So hey, history. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Yellowstone. There you go. Yep. Okay. I have to get rid of this line work too because her lips so I don't know if anybody noticed, but I changed all the work that I did to draw the hand for Sevvy. I changed it into a mitten. I had been playing around with that and I thought I like the idea of it being a mitten instead of being a hand. The hand was really cool. It also, opened up space to be able to see stuff behind it, but I thought it helped sell the story more that she was in like the Arctic waters. If she had, because since I took away the hood with the fur around it, I was like, my instincts told me I need something that will convey a better idea that she's in the cold. And so somehow just having that mitten, which is so funny because when I first started, if you were here from the early days of Dreaming Tabitha and her Chibi adventure stories, you know that I was afraid of doing fingers and thumbs and things like that. So I always did the Winnie the Pooh mittens. And look how far I've come and only to go backwards. But there's a reason. I wasn't lazy with this one or, unskilled. It was just, I think it just works better to have it as a mitten to help sell the story, Been watching the Disney Robin Hood. Why? What did I do? What did I say? I reference movies a lot, even if I haven't seen them because I saw them so much as a kid. So it could just be... A fur collared mitten? No. So, see, Fantastic has a hood here and I'm going to put some fur around the face. Since I chose not to do that with Sevvy because I thought it was really important that her hair was visible. But the mittens, a lot of times they will have those cuffs on them that have the stuff, All right. And then I have to get rid of the outline because of I don't remember drawing this because of the soda can being up front as well. So you know what? While we're here, let's go ahead and take care of that. So let's go on the mitten layer and let's get rid of the stuff in front of the soda can. And then we'll go ahead and get rid of some of Sevvy's lips here because the mitten is in front. Might as well get rid of that here. Oh, it's always a possibility with me. My brother and I are very much cinephiles, as they say. We love movies and we quote movies. It's part of our everyday vocabulary. Cuffed. That's what you were cuffed. Oh, I accidentally undid Sevvy's eyelashes. No. Crisis averted. Okay. All right, we're making our way downtown. Places fast back. I need to learn the words to that because that's like as far as I get. I don't know. You know. All right. And what? I'm pretty sure that I clicked on Sevvy's face here. Okay, I'm not sure why it went gray. I'm like, dear God. Yeah, that looks much better. Here we go. I need to get this finished so that I can call it a day because this meme is kind of old at this point. I just haven't had the time to work on it because of commission pieces and stuff, which is a healthy problem to have, you know. But I really loved the idea of this, and something that I'm not very good at is, amongst many other things, when it comes to drawings, I'm not good at water. Water is such a fickle thing because of the fluidity, no pun intended, but because of the fluidity of water, it's difficult to draw for me. My understanding of it is not quite there yet because water does and does not have a shape. The fact that it can take any shape depending on its boundaries, right? Its borders. And then trying to just figure out where you put your shadows and highlights and the curvatures, it's rough. And so I love the opportunity to learn for this particular art piece. I think it would be really, really fun. I kind of cheated with the water that I did here for the Escape the Backrooms picture. I say I cheated, but I just utilized stamps, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I really want to learn how to draw and how to color water. And I found a really great reference for the style that I absolutely love. But to actually implement it is a whole other thing. Now, Sevvy's eyelids, they're slightly darker. Okay. A moment of silence for the artist. I'm all for streamers singing more. We do sometimes, like when I'm gaming. So it depends on the brush hour morning too. Sometimes I'm like really like in the jam. I'm really like let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. Did they send me daughters when I asked for sons? How could you not sing? How could you not sing? I like the crazed look on her face, like, oh, Diet Coke. Exactly. Well, apparently that's kind of like the movie that put that song, I guess, on the map. But I just remember that was like such a popular song in the like what was it, the early 2000s, late 90s, like it, you know. Let's see, singing. I do like, what is it, like Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest, reminiscing this and that, and mother have to say. No, I think I messed it up. Walking through the forest, talk. Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest. Something what the other has to say, reminiscing this and that and having such a good time. Oodalolly, golly, what a day. That's what. Never ever thinking there was danger in the water they were drinking, they just guzzle it down. And then that's all I know. Like, that's it. Well, some of you don't know, I used to sing in church. I'm one of those people that can sing pretty well. Not gonna lie, but I just don't let people know. I just don't show it. But I love to sing. I love to sing. I grew up with musicals and church choir, kids choir, all that stuff. Not that I have any professional knowledge on it. It's all instinctual and trial and error, you know. Do 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 do. That's what it is. Laughing back and forth about what the other has to say. Yeah, 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 yeah. You know, at times it's been a while since I've seen Robin Hood. It's my brother's favorite. It's a good one. It's a good one. It's not my favorite. I like it until it keeps going, and then I'm kind of bored with it. Sorry, I just am. It's a great film. It's just not my favorite. I like elements of it. I don't like all of it. It just gets kind of boring, you know, for me. Sorry. There's your hot take. Sorry. Sorry. Not sorry. Oops. Freddie for 14 says, lovely day to you, sweet Tabitha. Serenade us. Oh, dear God. I don't sing well, but I do sing loud. 100%. I don't know how much this is, Freddie. So they're going to try to take these. What? Unfollow? Hey, I said what I said. Sleeping Beauty is the old school Disney goat. Sleeping Beauty was my favorite Disney princess for a really long time until I came upon Beauty and the Beast. And then it transitioned from Aurora to Belle. I do think it's kind of funny how, like, Snow White, poor Snow White, she just doesn't get the love that she deserves when it comes to the Disney princesses. Even though they try, but she's like the first Disney princess, but the iconic Disney princess is Cinderella. Like, even at the parks, like, it's, you know, Cinderella is in the castle, and Cinderella by far has the most beautiful dress. Out of all the Disney princesses in the park, as far as how it's made and everything. Belle looks fantastic because Belle has one of the most iconic Disney princess dresses as well. But as far as you can really tell who personifies Disney princesshood, if you want to put it, it's Cinderella. There's just, but thank you. Sorry, Freddie, if I didn't say thank you well enough, I'm so sorry. I thought maybe we could all just use a good Maria face in the morning, you know? But thank you so much. Thank you. iCanalist says it was one of those ones my brother played too much as a kid, so I'd get sick of it. Yeah, like, it's a good movie. It's just not my favorite. It's just not my favorite. Hey, Jabba da Whoop. My favorite Disney princess is Belle. And I will tell you, this would maybe be a hot take amongst the Disney adults or Disney princess lovers or whatever like that. So Belle, in my opinion, always had the most beautiful dress out of all of the Disney princesses. That wasn't up for much debate because honestly, that was like the thing. And then when the movie came out, the live action, we were all so disappointed at how underwhelming Belle's dress was, because it's like, this is Belle's dress. Hello. But I will honestly say that now that I'm older and I've seen other movies, it kind of breaks my heart to say it. Okay, don't crucify me, but I kind of think that Tiana's dress, Princess Tiana's dress, is actually the current running best, most beautiful Disney princess dress. And I don't think it gets enough love. Her dress was so beautiful. So beautiful. Oh my gosh. The fact that they don't have Tiana in her dress for the ride or when you meet and greet with her around Disney parks is a crime against humanity. That dress was so beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah, exactly. My hot take is a 50-year-old Disney movie runs on a bit. Exactly. I know. Come at me. Come for me. Men in Tights, my go-to. It's a good one. The one with Errol Flynn is fun. That has men in hot tights too, Mountain Mutt. Tight tights. Cinderella gets crapped on too much as not having a personality because she's very stoic and bottles up what she goes through. You know, the thing is, she's German. Sounds pretty normal to me. Wait, is Cinderella? Well, so Cinderella, it's funny. I did. Hang on. 1 second, fam. 1 second. Aschenputtel is what she's called in Germany. I know, it's so glamorous and romantic. Aschenputtel. If you would like to know more about the true origins of Cinderella, what? Hey, you don't like me talking about my heritage? If everybody else and their blooming mother can talk about their heritage, so can I. No, Germans only get a bad reputation, okay? And I'm here to restore it to its full glory by hating on them for being the way they are. Anyway, Cinderella getting a hot take. Actually, Elsa could be one of my favorite. That, Freddie, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, honestly, I like Frozen. I think Frozen's good. Do I think that Frozen got overhyped back in its day? 100%. 100%. Moana is an excellent film. And that didn't get near the love that Frozen got. I am not sure why Frozen. Jonas, if you're out there, maybe you can answer this question. I believe that Frozen and Moana are great movies. Personally, I prefer Moana. But why did Frozen? Was it because it was one of the more newer animated Disney princess movies? Why did Frozen get such a push that I've never really seen for any of the other Disney movies? Like the fact that Frozen was on the adult radio station. Like, when was the last time I heard, unless it was like Elton John's version of Can You Feel the Love Tonight? I don't remember really ever hearing Disney songs on regular radio. That was bizarre to me. That was the thing that stuck out the most and told me that, like, it off put me as is there an agenda behind this? And this was before the internet, before I was aware of Hollywood pushing agendas and whatever. I was like, why are they pushing Frozen so much? And why is this on the radio? Look, I love Let It Go. I think it's a phenomenal song. I think it really is good. It got over, like, it was everywhere. It got annoying, but it was good. I think Frozen or Let It Go is a great song. I just didn't understand why Frozen was everywhere as compared to other movies. I don't think I ever heard How Far I'll Go on regular radio. So what's that all about? That's true. All right, Jonas brings up a valid point about Cinderella's dress as compared to everybody else's. Okay. Of course, Grape. It is not. I tell people all the time, it is not unusual to ask a man in America, who's your favorite Disney princess? It's just such a part of our culture. It's not really looked at as girly. It's what we do. It's we all grew up with Disney. So who's your favorite Disney princess? I mean, my dad's favorite Disney movie is Little Mermaid, and my dad's as manly as they come. Like, you will never question that. Good morning, A2. Hello. Maria, look, we've colored things. You're teasing? I don't believe it. I get tired of my German stuff. I get tired of everybody else's stuff, Get tired of hearing about Latinas. Just kidding. I don't actually. I love it. The Russell Crowe Robin Hood movie has some great parts, but also some truly awful bits. But the one thing that does very well, it makes it clear he is versus just taxation, but not robbed from the rich, give to the poor. Right. I really love the Russell Crowe Robin Hood adaptation. I thought him and Kate Blanchett did a really great job. He and Kate Blanchett. Moana was great. I loved it. I was so enamored by the colors and everything. Moana is great. Frozen has a great soundtrack, but the animation is mid. Yeah. But why is it that Frozen is like, I feel like they just really wanted to push it so that it was the new Cinderella. And I don't understand why. Because it was good enough anyway, right? Because of that stupid by the numbers pop song. Is Let It Go considered a pop song? Oh yeah, I know. Calgon, take me away. Frozen's big push was because little girls loved Let It Go. It was that generation's part of your world. I understand that. That made total sense. And it wasn't just little girls. When I used to, at that time frame, I was working at a school and I was working with third graders, and even the boys were all singing Let It Go. I just don't understand why it got such a big push as compared to other Disney movies. I don't understand, because kids will, obviously they gravitate towards things because they do enjoy it, like K-pop Demon Hunters or whatever. But if there's a media push and it's everywhere, then everybody's going to know about it. And it kind of triggers this thing where it's like the peer pressure of, oh, I like this because it's everywhere. It must be good because it's popular kind of thing. So that's the part that I don't really understand. And I don't know. Just I hate Frozen in all its iterations. Why? What's wrong with Frozen? Jasmine's beautiful. Esmeralda. She wasn't technically a princess, but she was gorgeous. Gorgeous. I know, Maria, look at us. It's Ariel in our house. Ariel is amazing. You grew up with Pixar, not Disney. Aren't they the same thing? Sort of. Like one is just like a company that Disney uses to make their movies. Is that how that works? I've heard these things. I've heard these whispers in the wind about Pixar and Disney, but like it's like, oh well, it's a Pixar animation. It's like, yeah, but it's a Disney movie. Does it matter? Does that make a difference? Or is it when you're saying it's a Pixar movie, that means that it's computer generated or animated, whereas the other stuff was hand drawn? Is that what the distinction is? I don't understand. Well, then you don't have the right kind of people in your life, Grape. So, Grape, who's your favorite Disney princess? Moana was a girl power story. Disagree. Which takes a backseat to actual femininity in Frozen, even if it's a dorkable femininity. Double princesses. Okay. Is that your personal belief, or is that like actual facts? I don't think that Moana was girl power. I think that we're just conditioned now that anytime a woman has authority or goes on an adventure, it's girl power. That's my hot take. I never got girl power vibes from Moana. Like, I don't know. For the romance, Beauty and the Beast. For adventure, okay. Canalys and I are the same person, I think. Slightly different, obviously. You know, we look a little bit different. But that's what I tell people. My favorite Disney princess movie is Beauty and the Beast. I love the creepiness. I love the music. I do love the story. It's all wonderful. It's magical. But my favorite, adventure movie is Aladdin. Analyst, you and I are the same person. Megara, well, they would call it Meg if she had any friends. Yeah, she technically wasn't a princess either. That's always interesting. It's kind of like Mulan. Mulan's not a princess, right? Who are the Disney princesses that are not Disney princesses? And then you actually have Disney princesses that are princesses and they get no love. Like, what is her name? Kira? Is that how you say her name, from Atlantis? Or was she the chieftain's daughter? So that's different. But then so was Moana. Moana was a chieftain's daughter. She wasn't technically a princess. She wasn't technically royalty. You didn't love it, but it's okay. Why? What's wrong with Moana? Hot take: Elsa was the villain of Frozen, and Hans is thrown in as a distraction. Well, I've heard this theory. Why is Elsa the villain? I mean, yeah, she made everything all frozen-y, wozen-y, but I don't know. I was at a church potluck and walked upstairs when Let It Go came on the TV. 30 little girls stopped and belted that. Well, yeah, because it has that moment. You know, it has kind of like with Part of Your World, where you might not know the rest of it, but you know part of your world. Like, it just like there are these little moments of each song that has it, you know, it just resonates with people and it just goes like kind of like with K-pop Demon Hunters, you've got Golden, and it just, people might not know all the words, but there's something about, I think, the high pitchedness or I don't know what the right word is, the velocity of something where you know, I hear, you know, little, you know, even adults when they sing Golden, they're not even singing the whole song. They're just gonna be golden. Whoa. And it's like all over the place. It's like, it's not even on key. It's nothing, but it's like that little moment everybody just kind of recognizes and gets excited for. I'm not a music study person, so I'm pretty sure there's a psychological nuance to all of that. I do find that fascinating, but I like Frozen. I mean, it's not like my favorite movie. But I don't think it's as bad as people are saying it is. I think sometimes we're letting our irritation at the popularity of stuff kind of cloud our vision as to what is not quality or whatever the word might be. Because I'll see that all the time. Like, so for example, I mean, I'm trying not to be biased about things. I really try to bring an educational stance, you know. an educated stance on something. So I saw that Golden won something in the Golden Globes, as if I keep track of these things. I happen to see it on Twitter. And I decided to read the comments section. It's like, all right, Golden won Best Song of the Year, or however that works. I'm not exactly sure. It got an award. It got a major award. And people are like, I can't understand this crap, this bunch of nonsense. It's not even good. It's not skilled. It just sounds like cats shrieking. And I can't stand these comments, because just because you don't like something doesn't mean that something's not good, or doesn't mean it's not quality. It just could be it's not your cup of tea. It's not what you prefer. It's kind of like me and heavy metal or whatever. I don't like screeching and gravelly, like the weird voice things and whatnot. But I can appreciate the art or the skill or whatever, the work. Let me put it that way. I can appreciate the creativity and the work that goes into something. It's not my preference. It's not what I like to listen to. I can't stand it most of the time, depending on the song. But I get it. Like, it takes a lot of work. That's why it's preferences. But our preferences lately seem to equate to lack of quality or perfect quality or whatever like that. I mean, my favorite conspiracy is that Disney made Frozen, so when people Googled Disney Frozen, it would be about the movie and not Walt Disney supposedly being frozen. Is that a theory, that Walt is still with us somewhere in the cryogenics? Is he in carbonite? Is that actually him over in somewhere? I was going to say Galaxy's Edge, but they don't do actual Star Wars there. Sorry. Belle and Mulan are my favorites. So technically they're not princesses. Right. Well, Belle becomes a princess, right? Mulan, yeah. Mulan never becomes one, as far as we know. Yeah. I think it's just so dumbed down. I feel like older Disney movies had higher, more mature stakes that kids could understand, but the Frozen was just like sisterhood. I love you. Oh, okay. I don't know. I've never had a sister, so maybe I just don't get it. Pocahontas, another gal who does not get the love that she deserves. Pocahontas was amazing. Historically inaccurate, but amazing. I was trying to sleep, but I guess I'll sit here. You can do that. You can leave anytime you want to. I'm just saying. It's just, what does this mean? Merida is the only Pixar. What does that mean? Why is there a are you differentiating between a Disney princess and a Pixar? Like, what does that mean? I don't understand what that means. Because again, doesn't Pixar work for Disney? So wouldn't that just make her a Disney princess? I don't understand. Yeah, Merida gets no love. I love Merida. Brave was an amazing movie. It's a little bit sillier than most, I think, but I think it was a great story. I love that it was about family. I think it was great. I think Encanto doesn't get the love that it deserves. I think it was a huge fumble that movie didn't have more Latin American inspired music. It only had like one or two songs that were really like that had the flavor of it. But other than that, I was disappointed in the music. Okay, let me put it this way. I love the songs. I love the music. They're great. I think they have powerful messages in the beauty about Encanto. Remember, I love the colors. It's so good. But it had a really powerful message about family, that families mess up. They do stupid things. There's high expectations. And then it's like seeing the flip side of it's like, I will never be able to live up to this. Do you still love me? And nobody, what is it? Isabella and, Mirabelle. Like, they're at Disney, but there's no love for Louisa. Like, why? She has such a difficult role as the sister who was just known for her strength. And she talked about how difficult her whole song was just a plea for love. It was beautiful. It was a great song. I just wish that a lot of the more Latin American influence would have been in those songs, at least from my, my white outsourced, whatever. But Merida was great. Frozen would have been more interesting if they had dropped the villain and had Elsa struggle more with giving into her darker inclination. Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I've only seen like Frozen twice. It's not my favorite. Like, I'm okay if I never see it again, but I thought it was good. Grapes is okay. I thought about it. I'm torn between Cinderella and Belle as my favorite. Yeah, those are good choices. I don't know that there's any wrong choice. I'd say Frozen is a 6.5 out of 10. good, but nothing. Oh, it's banana bread. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but people are all treating it. Yeah, I do. I agree with that 100%. Yes, give credit where credit is due. Exactly. Just because you don't like something doesn't mean it's not quality. Depending on how why you don't like it. Like, again, I don't prefer Metallica music or whatever it is. I don't even know what they're called, but I can understand the work that goes into what they do. I just don't like it. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't like Moana just from personal experience. So this is completely my opinion. My ex best friend was Cherokee, and when I'm going to assume this is Moana came out, all she could do was lecture me over and over and over again about how white people had appropriated Native American culture to make money off of it without acknowledging the Wayfarers Native American community. It was so inferior. Well, but that's no reason not to like Moana, right? That's just a reason not to like that person, sounds like to me. It's because a lot of those songs are manufactured to be popular. Right, yeah, specific rhythm will get the best reaction. I agree with that, rather than being made as a work of art. Yeah, and again, I'm not a music aficionado. I don't know all the ins and outs. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. I do tend to be a person that likes music that is, I guess, popular, and some music that doesn't. That's just what it is. Some people like a very unique flavor of music. Look, I get a kick out of Tibetan throat singing. I will there's some there's some rock throat singing. Did you know that? Like, I love it. I will listen to that music. I think it is amazing. I can listen to all kinds of music. I love it. There's sometimes I remember telling Nomi some music that I enjoyed, and she's like, "You like that?" I'm like, "I do." I like a lot of mainstream music, but then I also like some stuff that surprises everybody. I like what I like. But that's what I'm saying. There's some kind of a nuance, some kind of a psychology behind music where I couldn't tell you, yeah, Frozen, Let It Go is a good song. It's catchy. It's got all the whatevers to it. So I guess we could say we're not surprised that it became popular. It does also help if you push it out in the media and stuff like that. But then, so I just wish I had access to a music person that could explain this to me. Then, with Golden, did it get it because it was a unique kind of sound? Because K-pop is still kind of newish to the Americas. People know about it, but it's not as mainstream, obviously. And so even though it's pop music about it that made it so different that people latched onto, what was it? Was it the message? Was it the beat? I find that stuff very fascinating. What causes us to make something popular? And there's always going to be people that don't enjoy what other people like or what is mainstream. Some people do it because they're like, oh, I must be unique. I can't like what is popular. And then there's just some people where it's it just doesn't gel with them. And that's totally fine. Yeah, I got people I didn't like Encanto. I hated Encanto. Here's the problem that I have with people who don't like Encanto. A lot of times they're the same people who say there's nothing new and nothing refreshing coming out of Disney. It's always the same slop. It's all about girl power, blah, 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 all of this, that, and the third. And then we get Encanto, and we do actually have girly girls. Just because Luisa was big, the whole point was that she was strong, right? It wasn't that she was a dude or whatever. She was a girl. She wanted to be thought of as a girl. But she had a lot of pressure to perform in a certain way. And it was beautiful. It was all about family. It was about family. It wasn't against family. It was for family. And we had girls being girls, boys being boys. And it was a unique story that I'd never heard of before. And it got no love, and it even got no love in the community that is crying the loudest for unique and new ideas. So that just kind of also tells me that we are crying for something that maybe we don't think we actually want. We're just never going to be satisfied. We're never going to be happy. We're just mad at Hollywood, and we don't care what they make. We're just mad about it. Coco was good. It's not my favorite, but I liked it. I would watch it again. I enjoyed it. Oh, Coco. No, I disagree. I disagree with that because it wouldn't have made sense. If they would have made Luisa into a boy, then it wouldn't have been as impactful. The whole reason that she struggled was because she was a girl who was uniquely strong. And this is a dynamic that typically doesn't mesh stereotypically, I watched it. I don't really remember it. I thought the colors were pretty. Pixar used to be independent company, but they had a distribution deal with Disney until 2006 when Disney bought them outright. Can you explain that to me like I'm 12? K-pop borrows heavily from American pop and dance music. That's why it resonates. Yeah. But it kind of introduced something new, and so I wonder that's why people kind of gravitated to it. It's like, oh, this is new. This is kind of familiar, or this is familiar, but it's new. Ergo, I like, or something like that. I don't know. We have 30 viewers. Are we on like what? Did they hear me? Am I like? I'm on the first page. Well, it an alumni member of being on the front page, and then they just drop me like a hot stone, but that's okay. Hi, welcome in. We have a lot of new people. Please and thank you. Be respectful of the chat. Don't be a creepy weirdo. If you're here to see body parts, I'm sorry. This is the best that you get. We don't do that here. So, hi, I'm Tabitha, Dreaming Tabitha, an artist on YouTube and Kick, and I make chibis predominantly. Welcome in. Anyway, you came from the front page of my stream. So Kick, I do both gaming and art. I do art on Mondays and Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I create little chibi comics and things like that. Let me showcase some of my artwork to you. I do commission pieces and the whatnots. But I also do just fun little things here and there. And like I said, sometimes I make little comic strips of my gaming adventures that I have with my friends, and we have a great time playing Escape the Backrooms and Fortnite, obviously, and whatnot. But then I also do artwork sometimes here, like I said, Mondays and Tuesdays in the morning at 10 a.m. Welcome in. So sorry that I took a little while to explain what it is that I do here, but that's what I do. Anyway, so right now, this idea, for those that are new in here, forgive me for not noticing you right away. What we're currently doing right now is that I had some friends who were playing We Were Here friendship. I forget what. If you know the We Were Here series, where it has to do with two people trying to navigate almost like an escape room, but it's by this demented person that has like an island out in the middle of the Arctic or something like that, and you have to escape. And so the story goes, I'm kind of merging reality with gaming. And so this guy over here is Fantastic Sartastic, another streamer, and this is my friend Sevvy. She is also an amazing streamer. And she and Fantastic were streaming, and they were near the end of the game, and they both were in the water. Their characters were in the water, and they had to hold on to each other in order to not die and survive the chilly water, right? And they kind of had to work together, like I guess to balance on the barrel or the raft or whatever. And that was what was happening in the game. Meanwhile, in the real world, Sevvy reached for a Diet Coke to take a sip and was not paying attention to the game, and her character let go of Fantastic's hands and sunk to the bottom of the ocean. So I thought that would be kind of fun to do a little play on the situation there. And so I have Sevvy's character, if you will, real life and gaming merging to where Fantastic is trying to keep her afloat and keep her above water. There will be water drawn on this, of course. I'm just doing the characters right now, and I'll add all the rest of that later. But she basically sacrificed her soul for a Diet Coke. So I just kind of do little spoofs and things like that to do it. I guess I could showcase some of my other artwork. Like this is my friend Moss. It's kind of a running joke in the fact that our friend Nomi, these are both streamers, by the way, Nomi Without You and Moss. I don't remember the rest of his name. Sorry. Love you, Moss. Anyway, Moss hates mayonnaise, and he was kind of forced to eat mayonnaise. And so I just really accentuated this idea that Nomi had kidnapped him, tied him to the post in her basement of a dungeon, and force fed him mayonnaise. And I was really happy with how this turned out. So I'm always, if you're part of the dream team here, dream stream, the brush hour crew, you know that I'm an artist that is learning what to do, how to do things. I'm self-taught. So this is us playing the Escape the Backrooms, where Moss, Sevvy, Nomi, and I were trying to get from point A to point B, and Moss was like, I know the way, quick. This is the only way to escape. Follow me. So he takes me and Nomi through. He wouldn't listen to Sevvy. So he takes me and Nomi through this like maze of the back rooms. And when we get to where we need to go, Sevvy's already been there. You see, she's got her Diet Coke already here. Sevvy's already been here for like an hour waiting for us, and he's like, what, how did you get there? And she's just like, you wouldn't listen to me. So that's kind of the stuff that I do around here. This is my all-time favorite one, from Split Fiction, playing with my friend Joe, the real Joe Rosie, not the fake one. And in that, we needed to work in tandem to push buttons to get these blast shields up. Like it says, get the shields up before the next cosmic blast. And Joe just could not figure out where the buttons were. And that's why she's like, but what do I do? And then this is my personal favorite. So, and this one, if you know about Alt F4, and somehow I am the only person alive on the planet that had no idea what Alt F4 meant. I pushed it. That's a whole other thing. You know, I need to take a sip. If you really, you know, a little pause here from all this talking if you really want to know how that works out.
I will lead us in prayer, guys. Feel free to join us as we bow our heads and lead us into this.
Do you pray with your hands up? Do you put them out? Do you put them together? Is there a particular method?
I usually put my hands out like as a give. We'll go ahead and pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day that you have given us, that we are able to wake up and rejoice that we are alive and well, and be able to enjoy the little things, which is playing video games with your friends from afar. I don't know why I'm thanking you, Lord, that we're about to play this game. Let this game be a metaphor of how we can get closer to you and be better of who you are. Be better versions of us with your light. Yes, your word is a light unto our feet and a light into my path. And Lord, that I am now still feeling the effects of what hell may be like, because my sauna of a bedroom is a good example, because my AC is still broken. And I pray that you come through and you redeem me and deliver me from the hell of my bedroom.
Oh, that's gonna be us, little barbecue Nomies and Tabithas. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I was gonna
Okay, this is not gonna be good. You have somebody who's afraid of heights, even in the first We've only jumped on the first time.
Oh my god!
I'm scared.
How are you feeling? Are you okay? Trust the process. That's us screaming.
Yelling at me.
Thanks for, making our friendship stronger, man. I feel like we've reached a new level here.
Oh wow.
I died.
Well,
guys, I died.
Well, there was a reason we were in the rowboat. Nomi.
How did you die?
Because she went in the water like a fool, What do you think the rowboat was for? Wait. Nomi, did you do it for the science?
I was trying to go get some ice cream.
You could have redeemed yourself and said, guys, I did it for the science, and I would have respected you. But since you did it for ice cream, I can't respect that.
I was going to bring you some.
I'm still not for the science.
Row your boat.
Gently down the street.
Down the stream.
Man, this thing turned.
Life is but a dream. So that's what we do with Dreaming Tabitha, and so much more. Sometimes we have art parties where I get a bunch of other artists, some professional, some freelance, some are cosmetic artists, some are VFX artists, some are watercolorists, some are famous, like popular, professional comic book artists, these kinds of things. Some are just, they like to use pencils, coloring pencils, paint, whatever the case might be. And we get together and we create art once a month, and we have random prompts, the dumbest random prompts that we could possibly think of. Let me see, where did I have? Oh my gosh, where do I keep my art party stuff? Oh, like last month we had to make a female gingerbread golem that had like note paper and made toys and stuff like that. And then at one point we had to do like Medusa as an acupuncturist with a golden fleece, all kinds of crazy, ridiculous nonsense for the art party. And it's always a good time. So come hang out. Melvin, behave. Thank you for all the new follows. I appreciate all of you. Pixar was originally owned by Lucasfilms. They worked out a deal with Disney so they could get their movie shown. Eventually, Disney just bought them outright, like they did Star Wars and Marvel. Okay, but does that still not just make them Disney princesses? Does that matter? I don't know. Anyway, it is. We've made some progress. I know it doesn't look like a lot of progress. Of course, we do talk and we do chit chat and stuff like that a lot, and I appreciate all of you. I have to figure out now the colors that I'm going to do for Sevvy's outfit, because this outfit was for the escape the back rooms stuff, whereas now I have to do it like this. Fantastic. I'm going to need to watch your gaming streams again, because I need to know what you look like so I can get your skin color right, and all of that. But so that's all I have for this. I think Sevvy, I don't think I should put her in blue because she'll be under the water, and it might not mesh really well. So I kind of need to figure out maybe she would look good in red. Maybe she would look good in red, green. I think I should put fantastic in blue. Well, I guess I also need to look at the outfits that we were here together or whatever, you can send me a picture. No, I don't want to look at it. I'm going to look at your gaming streams, because most of the time your gaming streams, we only see you from here up, and that's all I need. If I get the rest of it, I might faint. So we just, but okay. Well, crew and everybody, Kick, Dimitri, my man out there at Kick, if you must have heard me, I didn't mean to complain. Thanks for putting me on the front page of Kick again. I'm afraid to answer this question here, Turtle, my van. How soft? I don't know. Sometimes we get really aggressive here, but just in our opinions. So there's that. Why do people keep calling me bruh? I don't know. I don't look like a bruh. But anyway, please be respectful in the chat. But this, that, and the third, we are the problem that we have here. 1 second. 1 second. Give us a second. Ask us questions. Nobody else is streaming. Dude, we got up to 440 followers. Well, thank you. Just please be decent individuals. Make Jesus happy. Make your mama happy. Make your grandma happy. Your goldfish. All the people that are important to you in your life. Your midget question? Oh, sorry. I'm not a midget, if that answers your question. I don't actually know any. They do exist in the world, so I'm not really sure why I don't have any friends that are. I'm not opposed to it, but oh well. I guess we just haven't crossed paths. Tabitha, thank you for streaming today. Hopefully we'll see you again later on. We might, maybe. I got to get to work on some commission pieces, and I got to answer some, let's see. Oh, he asked if I could draw one. Well, I mean, they're chibis. They're kind of midget versions of the real people, right? Hey, it's Igor. Hi. Hello there. We are blessed and honored to have Igor in the thing. We are closing down though, because I have to get to my commissions and everything. But X-Ray Girl, am I not following X-Ray Girl on Kick? That is weird. Weird. How am I not following X-Ray Girl? X-Ray Girl. That might bring up something really weird. Okay. All right. Well, X-Ray Girl. I don't think that these are X-Ray Girl. Well, we tried. We'll have to look that up. Please pay your father. He's currently hospitalized. Ooh, spider bite. Nasty. Remember John the Just's father, please and thank you. But Igor, I hope you're doing well, man. He makes like such great art, and he does it so quickly. I'm jealous. Probably if I wasn't talking while I was streaming and while I was, managing the chat and while I am trying to think of my hot takes, I'd get further along. But anyway, I appreciate all of you. Hope you're all X-ray _ girl. All right, hang on. X-ray girl. I find that bizarre. What? She doesn't exist. Oh, she does exist. My bad. I'm not really sure how I wasn't following her. Anyway, I don't really feel like drawing a midget riding a turtle. Maybe in the next stream, but thank you for being here and for, inputting your, X-ray girl. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being here. And thanks for all the new followers. I hope that you'll enjoy the next dream stream when we do. We might have another one tomorrow, a surprise dream stream, since I didn't stream yesterday, and we will move right along with our drawings. Maybe I can even finish the first layer of colors for this particular one. I need to figure out what color. I think I might put her in like a burnt orange kind of jacket. I think that might work, because then if the can's kind of red, I got to see, because then eventually we're going to be putting the underwater feature, and that's all the stuff that I got to take into account. But anyway, let me see. We're going to host you over to here. Enjoy X-ray girl, as we all do. Be respectful, be polite, tell her I said hi. And then the rest of you here on the YouTube side. Thanks. Thoughts and prayers. Catch you later. You're always amazing.
Thank you for coming to the show here. Please like and subscribe to Tabitha's YouTube channel. YouTube. It's that platform you can go and watch videos. You can watch it on your devices. Please subscribe.